Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Now we're going to continue the Walking Dead series as such, because of the Walking Dead collab, we also have a brand new tank. Yes, we have a tier 9 tank that is in the game alongside the Walking Dead. So this is part of the Walking Dead franchise, and to be fair, I actually really like this tank. It is the Herdbreaker. So we're going to have a look at the stats, we're going to look at the armor, and then we are going to get into game. So straight off the bat, I mean, we're looking at this from I'm not sure exactly what tank we're looking at it. Let's just see. Sorry, I do apologize. Where are we? So I don't think it shows. Hang on, where are we? My bad. I think we're looking at it from a Herdbreaker actually. So let's just change tank. Let's go to another tier 9. Let's go with a medium tank. Let's just go with the M103. It's not a medium tank, it's a heavy tank. This is a medium tank, do bear that in mind. And you can see the armor profile. So the armor profile is actually pretty solid. So that is your turret looking at the tank from an M103. Like, it's very, very strong, like really strong. So let's just go down a little bit. So you can see 309 millimeters from there, which, wow, like, that's pretty decent. That is pretty decent. You can't complain about the turret. 289 there. Of course, you can start looking up, and also your turret. I mean, your turret, your little hatch on top is very, very strong. Unless you're going to hit directly in the middle, it's actually a very strong turret. And then you've got your hull. So your hull looks very, very weird. I mean, your upper plate is quite flat. So I mean, yeah, you got a strip there that is easily pennable. I mean, that's better. Let's look at it like this. So yeah, 216. So this part of your armor is actually very, very weak. But as soon as you start using gun depression, I mean, look how strong, look how quickly that goes red. You don't have to use a lot. So yeah, it can go very, I mean, you look at it like this from a hold down position. Look how strong that armor profile is. And of course, if you start sort of moving, it does become a lot weaker. But yeah, even if you're sort of angling, your front plate is still very, very, very strong. So yeah, armor wise, the tank is actually very strong in all aspects. It can be strong on your hull if you're in a hold down position, and then again, if you're in a hold down position, the turret is very, very strong. There's a weak point there, as you can see, but other than that, I mean, yeah, you're going to struggle to penetrate this tank in a hold down position. So let's just look at the stats, and then we will get into a game. So this is the tank. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Again, along with the Walking Dead theme, with the barbed wire sort of around the edge, I think it looks great. Fight the Dead there on the back there, and then it's got Carol, Negan, and Daryl along the side. There is a couple of things I don't know what it says. I mean, here you can see was something war new something gonna need Rick. I don't know what that actually says. I'm sure someone can tell me. I can't read what that says, but I know it says gonna need Rick. That's all I know at the end. And if you don't know Walking Dead, Rick was the main character, or the main character, before he kind of disappeared. And then this side, Negan, which we know, which is in the game, Daryl, which is in the game, and then Carol, she's a legend in the Walking Dead. Like, start off with, she was very shy, didn't want to kill anything, and then by the end she was an absolute animal. So yeah, a couple of main characters there. I think it looks great. I think that with the camo, I think it's well, it doesn't come with a camo, this is standard. I think the tank does look great. So stat wise, I mean, you can see 200 mil on your turret, 130 on your hull, but as we've seen, you can get that higher depending on your angles. Your DPM is 2840, which I still think is pretty decent with calibrated shells, and that is just a 7.61 second reload. Your penetration is 249 on your AP, 333 on your heat and 76 on your HE. So not bad HE pen for a medium tank. Your damage, you've got a 360 alpha gun, which again is quite nice. 310 on your heat and 460 on your HE. Your aim time is 3.3, gun dispersion 0.321, and you do have a very, very nice 10 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 45 kilometers per hour. So let's get into game. I did have a decent game, I'm not gonna lie. Against tier 8s, this is an absolute beast. I'm not gonna lie, it is an absolute beast. When you come up against tier 10, you're gonna struggle a little bit. People will start penetrating you a little bit more, but 100% when you do come up against tier 8s, if you're in a hold down position, honestly, you can really dominate the game. And of course, another thing that is very, very good with the tank, it has tungsten shells as well. Of course, it is basically a pattern. So if you like the M60, if you like the M48 pattern, then you should like this. I do think it is a lot stronger than the M46 pattern, like so much stronger than the M46 pattern. I want the tank. I'm not going to lie. I do want the tank. Right now, I'm making the video. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost, if it's easy to get, if it's cheap to get. I really don't know. So I can't say it's worth it or not, because honestly I don't know. I don't know. By the time the video is released, however, you will know how to get this tank. But it is a tank that honestly I do really, really want. So far we have managed to bounce 535 damage, and we're up to 2,200 damage already. However, it is now a 3 versus 4. There is still a lot of hit points to get through. There is 3 tanks pretty much, or almost 3 tanks, that is pretty much full hit points. So it is going to take a lot of work to try to get this victory. Now, luckily, I do have a couple of heavy tanks here with me that are actually playing it correctly right now. None of them are rushing down, and I actually wanted them to stay up at this side of the map, wait for them to all come. And then of course the E75, even though he is going down, he probably changes the game, because everyone is then going to focus that guy and not focus me, which is what I want. He's the heavy tank, he has the hit points, so yeah, him being there may actually be the difference, because he's dragging these tanks out. I mean, the CC1 here, he's dragged him out. The E75, he is dragging out as well. So I'm able to get some free damage right now because of the E75 going down where he is. So far 3,900 damage. The Progetto up there is losing his hit points, and at this point I do want these guys just to drag out. I mean, I know the E75 is there, but the enemy looks like they're not that stupid. They're not all rushing out to kill him, because they know that we are around here somewhere. The Progetto goes, which now just leaves a 2 versus 4. But at this point, even now, I am confident, because if I can get a shot on any one of these guys here, they then become a one shot, and my DPM outdoes their DPM like massively. I just need my E75 to stay there, really. I need him to stay there, don't make a mistake, and I need the enemy to be the ones that makes the mistake. So there's the CC. Now this is a mistake. I should have spent a little bit more time just to try and get that shot. So he would have been a one shot right now. I would have been able to kill him, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. Now it is a 1 versus 3. Even at this point, I'm going to sacrifice getting shot once, because that means I can kill that guy. The E75 will then come around, he's going to make the mistake, and then I do manage to kill him. And at this point, I could be a one shot to this guy, because of course the closer he gets, the more alpha he is going to do. So I just want to remove myself from the situation and get in a position. I don't want to run around, I just want to stay here to see if he makes a mistake. And as soon as he starts pushing round, yes, I am going up a hill, which means it's I'm very, very slow, but I was confident I could get around. And now he's in no man's land, and he cannot do absolutely anything. So bring him down to a one shot, 5,700 damage, 3 kills coming up, a Kolobanov coming up, and I do manage to get the victory, just shy of 6,000 damage. I love the tank, honestly. My first game, it was a loss. I did over 4,000 damage. I love it. Honestly, I do really, really want the tank. I don't know how I can get it. I don't know if it's going to cost an awful lot of money, but I do love this tank so much. And you can see recently where we had the tank wargaming put in the event, the clan event. I can't even remember the what tank it was actually, so let's just go through just so the Jaguar, that's the one. Again, like a pattern, but this was just so weak compared to the pattern. Honestly, the Herdbreaker is just so much better, and I would actually say it is borderline OP in the right position up against tier 8s. It is borderline overpowered. So let me know what you think. Are you going to get the tank? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.